Welcome back, everybody. Today we're going to do the last big board, number 150. Not sure how many everybody else has done. I'm kind of glad it's over. I'm kind of glad, not glad it's over. There has been a little bit of news today. First of all, CMC came out and said he has no restrictions. You know, the same thing that their coaching staff said, that he's probably not going to have much of an issue until like he'd be fine, last year. Hey, what's up, Scott, and what's up, RM Covers? Thank you for stopping in. I'll believe it when I see it. I think he is worth clicking. Like I don't regret my fade yet, and I'm gonna take him in the little board too. But it's still pretty hard for the fade to kill me, right? Like it's gonna require him to destroy the fantasy playoffs. Hey, thanks for showing up, Anthony. Anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about Jauan Jennings before we draft. So, I didn't actually look up what number he's being drafted at right now. It's a pretty solid number. Thank you for showing up, Putt Daddy. Wide receiver 34. Sorry, I had to count. I know there's a way you can like just see what their ADP is or what it is, but I don't know how to do that. So he's being drafted as wide receiver 30, 34, 33. And I mean, that's pretty fair. I think we all agree that the 49ers are a team we want to be in on, right? Like somebody on that offense is going to be good. Hey, welcome, Dark Side and DT. It's going great. Anybody else have a great day? I had a great day. And Victor, welcome. Yeah, so like you could say that this 46 points that he scored week 3 was just luck. There's probably a little bit of luck involved, but he's still done it. And he never really had an opportunity before this point. I think in his second year, he had like a 24 point game or something. Maybe it was his rookie year. I looked through this earlier. So, like spikes, yeah, 20. So it'd be 23.4 points and half point. Like, so he has a history of actually spiking some. Um, so that's something we want, right? And like, even if you remove the 46 point game, he had like a 13 point game, a half point, another spike week, another 2 usable weeks, maybe 3 usable weeks. Like, so he's a pretty fine pick, and he wasn't like they weren't as comfortable with him. And another thing, like we look at the PFF stuff, if you look at the slot snaps, like they use him. It's about 33% of the time they use him in the slot, and about 33% of the time they use him out wide, 191 to 268. And Ricky Pearsall actually has about the same split, 129 to 195. So they're going to use all their players probably in all the different spots. And I think that's something you kind of want to buy in at. Anyway, about to enter the big board. I'll be entering in 10 seconds. Yeah, I took my first 2 shares of CMC today in the little board. I got him at pick 19, 3 more to start, and I got him at pick 18. That's kind of where I've thought he should possibly go the entire time, and he's just never fell there when I've been there. Uh, and the other bit of news that I didn't mention was barely news, but Jaylen Warren signed his restricted tender. Like he didn't really have a choice. Like a team would have had to offer him more, and the Steelers could have matched. But he signed that today. We still have three more. So I don't think anybody was worried about Jaylen Warren not having a job or not signing that. And then Jerry Jones said he wants to, there's going to do something substantial. This is shout out Emo Cowboy, who shouted out Nick Harris. Like, it's basically saying that they're thinking about trading for something during the draft. I mean, I could absolutely see the Cowboys not taking Golden and trading for Tyreek Hill. Like, taking a defensive player there and then trading something later for Tyreek Hill. If this is true. Like, if they can work something out. And then, like, that would be fun. Like, they get a defensive player. The Dolphins get their second round pick and something. And the Dolphins start their rebuild. I think that would be something that could work out for both teams. Oh, it's Steve's 150th as well. That's awesome. Good luck. And thank you for showing up disbanded. I knew you were really close. I know last night you said you had two more. I feel like a lot of people will read into that and think as trading up to Jags pick to take oh yeah, I mean every narrative out there right now is who's trading up to take Genty. Like the Bears GM and coach were out there laughing about the draft's going to be wild. Like, really? Like, I wonder. Hey, well, that's awesome. Love to have you. You got my 101 though. I don't know about that. I got the 112. I actually like Pickett at the back, so it's perfectly fine. Uh, I I'm not going to take CMC, even though the good news, the Falcons. Like that's 28-3. The Falcons. Like it's just a joke, right? I feel bad for Falcons fans, honestly. Like I really do. That doesn't make it less funny. Multi-tabling with four little boards. Oh, nice. I've been doing three littles at a time today. I've got 14 done. I'm probably gonna. I'll end up maxing it tomorrow. I have the whole day free. Today I had some stuff I had to do. Tomorrow I'll probably get 25 or so in, and finish it on Thursday. There's like absolutely no way it fills right. Like absolutely no way. Hey, if you're just popping in, if you could do me a favor, smash the like button for me. Would be awesome. Shocker, Jamar Chase, 101. I was in my first little, I think it was my first little board this morning. Jamar Chase went at the 105. He went at the 105. Like I've got him at the 4 couple times. I was sitting at the 106 and I was just sitting there saying, there's absolutely no way I get him at the 106. And I was right. The guy, the red badge at the 5 hole was probably ecstatic that he got Jamar Chase. And yeah, get your quarterbacks in the little board. Just get them. Yeah, exactly. I bet a lot of the 15% already has 20 or, about 30-35% of theirs maxed, right? So that's kind of what Coolers is getting at, I believe. I 100% agree. As soon as they launched it, like I was actually planning on going in for overtime today and tomorrow. And when they launched that, I was like, overtime doesn't sound like as much fun as ripping 50 drafts in the next 3 days. So I didn't. I have all of BBM season to do that. These contests close now. All right, so far, Ashton Genty gets pulled up to the 109. Neighbors up to the 106. I'll take an Almond share here. Let's see if this works. Okay, it's been messing up. Who do I want to take? Well, Steve said he's doing 5 right now. He's doing 4 little boards and this, so I would say he's the machine. We'll go Almond Drake London. That's what my math's saying. At most 70%. And like the DK is actually filling faster than people thought. I think it's going to get to where I was expecting, about 95 to like it's 85,000 people right now with all the promos out. There's if it goes 5,000 a day, that'll put a little over 95,000. And I think the last couple days has been like 3K or so. I'm assuming Thursday morning it'll go pretty crazy. Got CMC here at the at the one at the 15 pick. Yeah, I'll be drafting CMC after this tournament's over. And like I said, I'm gonna start taking him in the little board. I I don't know. Like I don't. I'm still not gonna be like overweight on him or anything. I don't love the pick, but I think it's fine, right? Like, and when you're just looking for team or players to spike it in a certain week, like he will have that ability. Oh, thank you, the Huron River Rat, Jason Calhoun. The more the more I'm thinking about things, the more I'm really starting to like Bucky Irving. Some are saying Jawan Jennings is the Waddle drafters want and Wishcast. Yeah, is what they want and Wishcast. Yeah, I mean, some are saying. I I mean the Waddle pick is good right now in my opinion because Tyreek might get moved, right? If Tyreek doesn't get moved, it's probably still a fine ADP, but it's a great ADP if Tyreek gets moved. Jawan, like whoever the wide receiver one in that offense is an absolute smash. Hero RB with the rookie round one R. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm like. You get Hampton plus Bijan or Genty plus Bijan or like I mean you could flip it too. Like Genty plus Kyron feels really good. I don't have a lot of Kyron, but like the times I've taken him, it feels very good. Do you really think Miami would move Tyreek and not replace in the first 2 rounds? I mean, maybe, maybe not. They they kind of liked Malik Washington, but yeah, they would definitely be drafting somebody fairly early. I could see it being a thing like if Luther Burden falls to them in the second round because of the character concerns, they just replace one character concern with another and ship out Tyreek for that pick plus basically, and then just kind of start over there. Like if Burden fell that far, who knows how far he falls because we don't know. It's very hard to figure out what's going to happen with Luther Burden because the character concerns only the teams know what they'll deal with and what they won't. What's the difference between CMC and Brees Hall? Yeah, no, I'm with you there. Like I will. One of them was hurt the entire. One of them was like below expectations last year, and the other one was just hurt the entire year. Uh, Something I didn't get into is like with the Juwan Jennings things and just the Niners offense in general. Like they lost so many players on defense, right? Like just so many players. They're gonna have to score more points this year. So running backs, wide receivers, Kittle, Purdy, like if they don't score a ton of points, and if Trent Williams stays healthy, they still have a very good offensive line. So they should be able to score points. And they're probably going to be in catch up mode a little more this year. They could be one of those offenses like the Bengals were last year, to where they're just a fun team to have. Speaking of Brees Hall in the fourth, do I do it? I have plenty of Amari, and I have a lot of them at earlier things. I'm going to do, I don't have a whole lot of Josh Allen, but we're going to do a Josh Allen Brees Hall team here and get a little divisional correlation there. I don't get to Josh Allen a whole lot, but I don't hate the click. I like the other two elite quarterbacks better. I prefer Jaden over Josh Allen. I do think that the Bills will probably run with Josh Allen a little less and run with their running backs a little more in the red zone. That's just my take. But we'll go to the Niners real quick. This is their defense. Like, they lost the contracts that were signed by the Niners defensive players that left was more than the salary cap as a whole, I believe, which is absolute nuts. Like, yes, they still have Fred Warner, arguably the best linebacker in the league. But all these other numbers, 111th at 119, 99th, 97th, is their edge. And Nick Bosa is awesome too. But the other side and the interior is not good. The safeties are mediocre, and they don't really have an elite corner either. So they're probably going to give up a bunch of points, right? And welcome, Hulk Smash. I've read that wrong this whole time because it's Hulk Smash prop potatoes, not potatoes. And I think I've said potatoes the whole time, not potatoes or prop potatoes. Hampton falls all the way to 44. That's pretty rare right now. And who else is getting extremely excited for the draft? I am. I'm ready to see what happens day 2 more than day 1. Day 1 will be fun. That's because Potato is the underdog name. Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Yeah, I thought that's what it said. I thought I read it somewhere, but there's a lot of letters in that, and I'm prone to making mistakes. Yeah, yeah. The ADP carnage, like when Amari and Hampton goes to like the Colts for some reason, something ridiculous. 10 of 10 excitement anticipation levels for the draft. Yeah. I'm excited for the draft and have my betting card all done now too. I haven't really started. I made one bet yesterday, and it was that the Jets take an offensive lineman, I believe, was the bet I made. I just think that's a 50-50 bet, but it paid higher than 50-50. So I went ahead and went with it. I didn't put much on it. I just, just a bet to make it more interesting. I'm gonna buckle down on Thursday morning and actually look at some things. Golden to be first wide receiver, Ted to be second wide receiver. The more the more news that's coming out right now, kind of sound like the Jags are putting a lot of things out there. They really want to trade out of that pick. They're being heavily linked to Tet. They're saying they love Genty. Other people are saying they want to tackle now. Like, I think they're having people just put all kinds of stuff out there and that they desperately want to trade back. That is my feeling. Like I didn't have that feeling until like 2 days ago, but it definitely feels like that's a possibility. I've heard other people say it. It's what I'm thinking as well. Like it just makes sense. What are the odds for Golden number one? Is it like 4-1 or something? All right. So for the which 49er is the best, we had 13 votes. CMC is the best at 38%. Kittle 31. Zero people said Juwan Jennings and Ricky Pearsall at 31%. Did Emo Cowboy forget to vote or what? I assumed Emo Cowboy would be all over that. We'll go with Jalen Waddle. I moved Travis Hunter all the way up here for little board purposes. And we'll go ahead and take another share of Chris Olave. I have 6% Olave. I was really into him, and then I haven't taken him a lot. If you're just stopping in, please smash the like. I'm probably going to do a second draft either way, but I do some little boards afterwards. Totally agree with the Jags wanting to trade back, says Steve. Welcome, Losimo. That was a tough snipe, not getting Burrow. Oh, man. You got Higgins? Yeah. With the Lamar drafter. He's the realist. Do you see that? See that, Steve? He's the realist. Long snapper. Yeah, that's their goal, to get a long snapper this draft. Najee Harris, 64. Yeah, Max Payne, the realist. Yeah, I don't even like on DraftKings if I take Jamar Chase, I refuse to take T Higgins now because it's impossible to get Joe Burrow with him. Like it's just not possible. His ADP there is 41 and half the lobby every time is autoing off of it feels like they move one person just so their contest isn't voided. And they just go like he just goes almost every single draft before the Chase drafter. But I just love the naked QBs that time of year now. Yep, I mean, yeah, we're getting there. It's only going to get better as the season gets closer. I mean, ADP wise, I don't really see anything that stands out right here. Everything seems to make pretty good sense. Kamara moving up to 51. Not like I don't hate it. Oh, David Montgomery. The Joe Burrow drafter took David Montgomery the next round. I guess that does stand out. And then he takes Travis Hunter from Steve as well. I'm assuming Steve would have smashed Travis Hunter there. I was close to taking him over here, but just because this contest has been open a little longer, I don't want to. I wasn't going to take him because I'll take him plenty at that price in the little board. And I have quite a bit of Hunter at lower ADBs. So no reason to push him all the way up for this draft, in my opinion. Doesn't make it a bad pick. It just, if I didn't have any, I would be doing this, right? But I have some. Yeah, so what's everybody's most exposed rookie and landing spot they want them to go to. Like, what's your dream landing spot of the rookie you have the most exposure to? Yeah, Steve is he's been put in the hurt locker. We got yeah, I think he has to know your ADPs. Jalen Noel, anywhere he'll start, makes sense. Hampton and Henderson, just one of them to Denver. I can get behind that. I have less Henderson, but I have 12%. So Bears for Warren and Scadaboo. Nice. Yeah. I would, that would be fine for me too. Like Scadabo to the Bears would be awesome. 27% Milrow, Pittsburgh, 27% Hunter, Patriots, but destined for Cleveland. Yeah, yeah. I mean, the only way he doesn't end up in Cleveland is if New England decides that they want to trade up for Hunter. Right? Like, that's probably the only possible way. And New England has too many holes to be giving up draft picks like that, in my opinion. It'd be fun. It'd be a lot of fun if that happened. I just don't see it. That May. Oh yeah, I was building May Hunter at I have May's my most exposed quarterback. Shakir goes. I was hoping to get a low owned share of Khalil Shakir for me. I was in a DK room before this, and I did something that I did because it was available, but I also don't recommend it. Um, and that is I had we'll take Tony Pollard. Oh, I did not want Josh Downs. This doing like Spike Week screwing everything up. I meant to click Steph Diggs. I got Josh Downs. It's all good. I don't hate Josh Downs, but I was wanting to set up the Drake May stack with the divisional correlation. I failed. Uh, Pats want May to be the franchise quarterback, so I think they're yeah, exactly. That's where I'm at with that too. Jalen Royals to the Packers. I mean, he is the exact kind of player that all of their wide receivers except for Dobbs are. That makes sense that they would like him. Luther Burden, Patriots or Titans to pair with my highest exposed quarterbacks. Got it. I want. I mean, I kind of just want Martinez to go to Dallas. I think Martinez to Dallas in the third round. That would be one of my dreams. I do think the Packers are taking a wide receiver high enough where I think Wicks is an odd man out. I'm getting that feeling too. I think worst case they take one round two, and it's probably 50-50 if they take one round one. I mean, Egbuka would fit their team so well, right? Yep, the big old oopsie in the 12 hole. We got a. I was going on a tangent before I made my picks. I can't remember what it was. I'm sure one of you guys may remember what I was about to say. But yeah, Scatabo to the Bears would help me out a ton. And I think all the teams I believe that should want Scatabo are all awesome fits for Scat. Like Kansas City would be a great fit in my opinion. The Chargers would be awesome for Scatabo. The Commanders. With the Packers rotations, everyone is on man out. That is facts. Yeah, so Through 8 rounds, Josh Allen, Brees Hall, Tony Pollard, Amon, Drake London, Jalen Waddle, Chris Olave, Josh Downs. No rookies. What am I doing? Yeah, I kind of look. I mean, if they don't take somebody else, Chicago and Denver are just the nuts for any running back. And the Raiders are also a pretty nut landing spot for running backs. But like just pure scheme fit, I do think KC is the nuts. And I think that it's a kind of player, and like it's been a long time since Andy Reid had Brian Westbrook. Imagine if Brian Westbrook had another 10 to 15 pounds and ran through people instead of around them. Like, does that not sound like a guy Andy Reid would love? That sounds like to me a guy Andy Reid would love. People forget about Brian Westbrook. He was like 800 rushing, eight like I can't remember. It was like he was 1500 total yards, like 8 straight seasons or something ridiculous. Like it was fantasy wise, he was absolutely nuts in PPR. It's been a while. Like that's when I was entering fantasy football for the most part. I think Andy Reid could absolutely use him. Jordan Mason moving up to the range that I've been predicting. I think shortly after the NFL draft, we're going to see Mason and Aaron Jones kind of both be in this area. And sometimes one goes first and sometimes the other one goes first. Yeah, back in the McNabb days, absolutely. Those were some fun teams, weren't they? Brian Dawkins. Like I still remember Andy Reid sitting down, like forcing McNabb to sit the game when he had the interceptions and fumbles that one year. Number 10, like, thank you, Fantasy Dog. These drafts are taking forever. Yeah. Yeah, it's about an hour every draft now because everyone seems to be autoing, especially in the little board, which makes doing two of them at once a lot easier. If you're just hopping in, smash the like, and if you enjoy, hit the sub button. Yeah, but I really do think that Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones are like they should be really close to each other. Like Aaron Jones going here, I'm probably back in to clicking him. All right. You know, we're going to do. Are we going to take Tyler Warren? Scadabo's gone. Think I'm going to take Tyler Warren and I'll pull up Keon Coleman. I actually like Keon Coleman a reasonable amount this year. I do think that the Josh Palmer signing's not great news for Keon. Like I 100% believe that, but it is year two breakout possible. So yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about Trotter. Jeremiah Trotter was awesome. Yeah. Mason getting steamed up way up to Aaron Jones, never budging in ADP didn't make a lot of sense to me. Yeah, right. Like because Aaron Jones, like Mason moved up like 40 spots, right? And the closer you get, the harder it is to move up. But Aaron Jones just sat there and round seven the whole time. And just this last week, it's finally starting to slip back down. Like for like a week and a half since that red zone comment come out, I haven't clicked Aaron Jones once. But him being about where he is now, I think I could click him again. I don't know. How's everybody else feel? Are you willing to click Aaron Jones at like pick 100 ish, 95 to 100? Speaking of flipping people, are starting to take Rice over Worthy. Yeah, no, everybody's kind of on that right now. I just hope Mason won't be Ty Chandler 2.0. Well, I think we all agree that I had like 15 or 16% Ty Chandler last year. It was another bad pick I was making over and over again. I didn't believe in Aaron Jones. I had like 1% Aaron Jones and 14% Jordan Mason, or not Jordan Mason, Ty Chandler. And that was the worst way to do that. Mason will see the field more. Yeah. Well, they also traded for him, right? So they've already invested into him. Who's the chaperone? Oh, Aaron Jones. 100 for Jones. How much do I trust JJ to move the offense? Yeah, and that is another point. Like, if you don't believe in JJ McCarthy, like, I believe in Kevin O'Connell. Like, Kevin O'Connell had that offense moving with Josh Dobbs. And I do believe that McCarthy will at least be as good as Josh Dobbs was. I'm taking Mason because the goal line work, he was top 5 yards per carry in zone runs. Vikings love zone runs. Vikings significantly upgraded their O line and want to protect their rookie quarterback. All facts. And I think it was missed tackles forced. Mason was like number 5. Uh, Hayden Winks tweeted that out a while back. He was top 5. He might have been number 1. It was like two names you wouldn't expect to be like 1 and 5. I can't remember which way it was. I'd have to go look for that again, unless somebody remembers it off the top of their head. Yeah, it felt bad, didn't it? It felt really bad for me. Hey, no problem. Welcome, Travioli. 100 feels good. Aaron Jones did just have his second most scrimmage yards in the season, more yards than Jefferson had. Yeah. Um, and they might still, they will probably use Aaron Jones quite a bit from the 20 to 20, right? So those yards will probably get there. Like, he'll get a good chunk of those yards still, I would assume. And then their offense as a whole was actually bad in the red zone. So that's why they went out and got the offensive line. That's why they got Jordan Mason. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. 31% Mason, and I'm dreading when not if he passes Jones and ADP. I mean, if he passes Jones and ADP, that's where you start taking Mason, right? Or yeah, you start taking Jones then. Some. Like, if you were taking 0, once they flip, that's what I did last year with Zach Moss and Chase Brown. I had a whole bunch of Chase Brown, and whenever they flipped in ADP, I switched my stance. All right, I think it's pretty obvious what I want to do here. We'll take Penix and Kincaid, or Tua and Penix. We're taking Tua. I mean, I should probably look at running back, but I think I'm just going to slap a whole bunch of late running backs on this. Warren and Kincaid feel fine. Got my 2 quarterbacks. I could have a thin tight end room if I really wanted. If I need to add like a 7th, or if I need to add like an 8th running back, if I feel not great with it. But I have Breece and Pollard. Both of them are starters. If I can fill in just some upside picks late, everything should be fine. I have a lot of 0 RB builds with elite quarterbacks, so I have a lot of both Mason and Jones. Simply believe in the Vikings running game. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I forgot you were also taking Jones. Xavier Legette, 131. That's the highest I've seen him go in a while. Fantasy Dog, 76%, 76 drafts, 10.5% Mason, and we'll go up from there. Yeah, 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 it's his ADP has went up a lot. I have a While he was still on the Niners, he was going at like pick 190. I wasn't in on him at 190. I should have been. I felt like it was. I felt like he was going to get traded. If I felt like that, I should have probably been on him because there was no cost to it. That was a bad decision by me because there was a trade rumors going around. It didn't make sense for them to have Mason Garendo and CMC unless CMC was unhealthy. And then whenever they traded them, like the team that traded for him was definitely going to use them, especially since that team doesn't have a lot of draft picks this year, right? I was too light on him before the trade too. I think only had 3%. I had to buy the Steam. Yeah, that's where I was. I was taking him like 130 every draft as soon as the trade happened. Like every draft, I just pulled him up into the 11th round, just smashed him there, knowing he was going to get higher, and then I chased it up to round 10, and it doesn't feel bad. I do have one super awesome team that has a Mason 190 share. It was a bigger board, I believe. I had a couple really good ADP values in that. So at least I got him good once. And it was a higher dollar tournament. So was full fading CMC for the longest. So not going to lie, I accidentally elected into some Mason pre-draft. Yeah, I like if I did it wrong, honestly. Like if I was going to be out on CMC, I was in on Mace or I was in on Garendo. I should have been in on both of them, right? Like if I like so I had a bad process with that. Ollie Gordon or Brashard Smith. Brashard Smith for me every time. Uh, Ollie Gordon's going to require a better team to be good. Brashard Smith can at worst be a passing down back. Like worst case scenario, Brashard Smith can like go in for third downs and stuff, or the 3rd and 12s and stuff. He'll be out there as a back to pass protect a little and to sneak out for some screens. All right. How is Steve recovered? And is Steve the only one in here with me? I think he is. Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Josh Jacobs, George Kittle, JMO, Judkins, Jordan Reed, Jared Goff, Justin Fields, Jordan Love, Tucker Kraft got the double stack Tucker Kraft, and you got JMO with Goff. And did you have? I wonder if he's going to take the player I've started taking with Fields, or if it's just going to be a naked Fields. Dylan Sampson, Jerome Ford. I mean, the team's still solid. It could have been really good with Burrow, right? Or I just heard that Hunter Dekers declared for the NFL draft. He got banned by the NCAA for deranged gambling. I'm not that deep into college. I look at only the NFL prospects. I haven't heard of this guy. I don't know. I definitely did different build and structure this time. 3 straight QBs. Always be willing to pivot. I have to take a running back here. Luckily, people left some on the board for me. I mean, I don't really need another stack with them. I think I'll take Tajay and Tyler Algier. I don't really have any Penix with Algier. We'll go ahead and do that. So the team: Josh Allen, Michael Penix, Brees Hall, Pollard, Spears, both Tennessee backs. I don't love it, but it's there. I do think Tennessee offense is one that is going to be worth getting into. I'll still probably go 6 running backs. Um, Algier and London with Penix, and then I have Keon Coleman and Kincaid with Allen, and then Amon, Drake London, Waddle, Olave, Downs, Coleman, Tyler Warren. No Jets. If I don't get Wilson and Hall, I'm not really taking Jets. I've I've taken a couple, like 1 or 2 shares of Adam Lazard or Alan Lazard in the last round. He randomly did some stuff last year, and if I have Fields, sometimes I'll be willing to do it. I'm not going to do it every time, but I think a couple teams with him is fine. I'm not going to try to convince people that it's good, but I think it's fine. I got to go for a minute. Yep, thank you, sir. Always appreciated. I done that one time. I think I like the Lazard pick a little better. I was also burned by Corley last year. I bought in. I bought in because I thought Steve Smith Sr. bought in. I'll draft Lazard wherever Rogers goes. Well, the thing is, as like a week and a half ago, maybe 2 weeks, uh, the Jets restructured Alan Lazard's contract, and whenever they restructured that contract, like he's almost definitely going to be there this year. D Mart 169, great pick. I I don't know about you, Steve. I like D Mart over Giddens and Harvey. I think it's apparent that I do. Yeah, they restructured. It wasn't talked about because it's Alan Lazard, right? But whenever that happened, I added Lazard to being a draftable player if I have Fields. Like, very thin, but I did take him in 2 little boards today. So, yeah, Aaron Rodgers, the click I still make and hate it every time. It's like, well, I don't have a third quarterback. I have George Pickens and Pat Fryermuth. Why not? It's just, if they don't add anyone big in the draft, maybe I'll take some Lazard, but I think he's likely their third and run blocking specialist. Also want to see if they do. Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. Like, is he gonna smash everything? Like, they are definitely adding at least a tight end or a receiver, and as Steve just said, probably both, right? So I'm not out here like saying it's awesome, but if you have a whole bunch of, and he is a good run blocker, that's why they restructured him. So there, and that, they come from the Lions, so they will probably want to run the ball a lot. All right. What do I want to do here? I think this is a J.K. Dobbins click at 180. I'm a little weak at running back. I think I take the upside gamble with him, and then I just stack on, make sure I'm not missing something. Yep, just stack in another running back with Corum. Try to piece together. Hopefully, Brees is really good. The Titans running game is solid, and then I can piece together some stuff there. Honestly, I'm definitely adding a seventh running back to this team. My wide receivers are fine. Like I'll probably go 2, 7, 8, 3, maybe. I still typically take Harvey, Neal, and Giddens above Dmart, but I love the whole range. Yeah, like I'm 50-50. Like I don't want zero Giddens, Harvey. So if I'm, but I want my 35% on Dmart. So anytime I'm above 35%, I just take one of those two. Anytime I'm below, I just take somebody else. Or I take Dmart. Maybe in weekly winners. JK should be on a roster after the draft ends. Yeah, I agree. I just like, and Dobbins could, like, if what I think's going to happen to where New England doesn't get around to getting a running back till late, Dobbins would be an awesome fit for the Patriots. Like he's just a guy who's going to work hard. He doesn't really fumble the ball. I would say he was better than Ramondre. That's just my personal take. Yeah, I'll definitely. I mean, I might even go 8 running backs. I do not. I'm not a big fan of my running backs here, and I can definitely stop at these two quarterbacks. So who wants to do a little board after this? I haven't actually looked and seen if other people are gonna like when they're streaming tonight or anything. Doesn't look like anybody. All right. Sounds like we have a group that wants to do that. Welcome, Isaac. Also, if you could, please smash the like as you come in. We got a. I'll definitely do a second draft then. Hopefully, like, and if I get in and it like instant fills, I'll just do two of them. It'll be fine. It's a little board, at $3. Hopefully, be able to get a bunch of the group in. Justice Hill's a pick that I really liked, and I just haven't made much. So, talking little board a little bit, like they like BBG kind of said something about like Fields, that's a contest to draft him in. I mean, he's not wrong. And like Rashee Rice, taking him at his new ADP in Hampton, it feels better because people don't have the cheaper versions. But with that being said, like I'm actually taking some players that used to go in every draft that now are barely being drafted. Like I'm taking Restrepo here and there. I'll take a Tez Johnson share. I'll take a Jordan James share. Some stuff like that. Like players who should still be draftable, but just not elite, right? Like those players will probably be very, very low owned in that contest, but yet offer upside. So that's something I'm doing is I'm taking a share or two of them. Like I'm taking a player like that in the 20th round in almost every little board. Somebody who was being drafted pretty high and now goes undrafted, assuming that they're a rookie that like has like Tez Johnson. Everybody just thinks that, yeah, Steve agrees that's a smart strategy because like Tez Johnson's still going to get drafted. Yeah, yeah, and I would recommend everybody to do that here and there. And if you have picks that like I don't remember everybody, but the ones that I'm definitely doing are Restrepo, Savion Williams is actually in that group. Uh, Tez Johnson, and actually LeQuint Allen went pretty high early, and now he only goes in like 50%. Luke Lachey, I'm not in. Yeah, I'm not in. Not in. I'm not even going to pretend to be in. Gunnar Helm as well. Gunnar Helm was going in a bunch of drafts, and now he doesn't. So, like, I'm trying to take a guy like that in every draft of the little board. All right, click through all the I'm downs. Little board 2. One of the nice floor play. Yeah, and he's such a good pass catcher. I like Helm too. Like there I actually kind of like Helm for this year. Like for Dynasty, I'll definitely be in on Fannin. But Fannin could be a project. Like he might come in and just smash, but he might end up being a project, and Helm may be a better pick. And I mean, was he the I can't remember for sure. Steve will know. He had the most passing or he had the most receiving yards on the Texas offense, right? Gunnar Helm over Isaiah Bond and Matthew Golden, I believe. I'm pretty sure that's right. And just because he ran slow after destroying his ankle, like, you know, the picture you will not forget. Uh yeah, that's what I thought. Um it's not like the Texas offense was bad. They were a pretty solid offense. So what you don't want kind of like the Jack Besh versus Neighbors and BTJ, and was it two other NFL wide receivers, like not good ones, but two others were on that team. And like so that's one reason I'm into Jack Besh as well. Who I don't get to Jack Besh a whole lot anymore. But I'm fine with that. Like I got him at in the 18th round a bunch. Now he goes up a round or two a lot of the time. And I still have 21%. Trey Palmer and Booty. I wanted to say Booty, but I didn't want to speak out of turn on it. Yeah. Thank you, Steve. And I think Trey Palmer would be a smash in the NFL if he was on any other team. Like he shows some deep ball ability. Like I'm not gonna say he would be elite by any means, but he could do kind of like what, like a discount Rashid Shaheed or something. Yeah, and Helm, like he had to stay in to block a bunch, if I remember right. Like he had to stay in to block because their offensive line needed a bunch of help. So he didn't actually go out into as many pass routes, and he still led the team in or in yardage. And an inline tight end who's going to be in two tight end sets, like that's a player who is going to have an opportunity. And in the 20th round, if he's Tyler Conklin, like I mean, and it's a low owned Tyler Conklin, like Conklin's another player I'll click down in here, but like Helm is probably going to be extremely low owned, so I'm going to go with that. And I'm not sure if you guys seen, but somebody I've been talking up a little bit, Pat Bryant. got a video today by Josh and Hayden, and they said things that I liked, kind of exactly what I've said about them. So with my last little board, hopefully none of these people take him. If they're listening, they might. But I have 6% Pat Bryant. I've been smashing him this week before that video come out. I wanted to get 5% because I think he's a low owned option that could actually do something. His contested catch rate and his ability to block is going to keep him in goal line situations. Oh, it does, doesn't it? Just a team guy out there, like never going to be a superstar, but just a player. 600 yards, 6 touchdowns. I mean, that's what a Packers player does, right? 600, 6 60 receptions, 600 yards. His top 150? Does Mel make a 150 or what? I probably need another tight end. And we were just talking up Gunnar Helm. I think we take a Gunnar Helm here. Yeah, so like with the little board, we're gonna have more Terrence Ferguson picks than we're gonna have Gunnar Helm, I assume. So if you like Gunnar Helm at all, I think he's a really good pick in the little board. All right, we'll go over the team. Quarterbacks. We got a 2-7-8-3. Quarterbacks, Josh Allen, Michael Penix. Running backs, Breece Hall, both Titans. Algier, J.K. Dobbins, Blake Corum, Jarquez Hunter. Only one rookie, but that's just how the board broke this time. Amon-Ra, Drake London, Jalen Waddle, Chris Olave, Josh Downs, unfortunately. Keon Coleman, Alec Iomanner, Pat Bryant, Tyler Warren, Dalton Kincaid, Gunnar Helm. Once Steve makes his pick, whenever he's ready, I'll give the 10 seconds and I'll enter. Let me bring up a second screen. I'm probably going to end up doing 2. I wanted my last big board to be just the last big board. So, anybody else have an idea for like the late, like, I mean, I guess if we're going to be in a draft, you can pick your guy who you used to draft and no longer draft that is a low, like, there's no reason to talk about it now. Like, after that draft, we can just go ahead and discuss everybody's last round picks if they're somebody like that, if they want to. Anyway, sorry, I'm spacing real quick. Like, I don't know what happened. Mind absolutely disappeared. Yeah, once Steve makes his pick, after that, give it 10 seconds. Hey, thank you, Chad. Nice of you to show up. I had Bryant on your list as the final pick in this draft. I have more Bryant than probably anybody, honestly. I took Pat Bryant on one of my first 2 or 3 big boards, I believe. Let me go look. So my very first big board was wild. I didn't have a single stack, but my ADPs are absolutely nuts. All right, in 10 seconds, I will enter a little board. Waiting on 7. So plenty of time to get in here. So yeah, this is my very first big board. So the reason this isn't stacked is because this came out while we were like when the Kansas City game was starting, I think, for the championship game. And I had my rankings that I made and I had a spreadsheet next to me. And every single pick I was putting in there. And while I was trying to do all that to find which ones were values, because I didn't preset rankings, obviously, my buddy walked in and I was trying to talk to him and do all that. And it got chaotic, but I found some values. We can go over this team afterwards, but it was kind of hilarious. Hey, I got the 101. We got Losimo, Isaac, Travioli, Darkside, Huron Riverat, Steve, Hawk Smash, Chad. Is Nuts in here? Any nuts? Anyone nuts? Jamar Chase, thank you. All right, back to chat. Helm was mine when the big board started. My final big board pick was Taj Brooks because Steve once mentioned him. Flip the board. I'm good. I'll take all of my Jamar Chase shares. I'll flip the board at 2 sometimes. I won't flip it at 1. Yeah, so we'll go through my first big board. Kyler Murray, pick 117. Fields, pick 189. Aaron Rodgers, that one was a loss. Genty, 21. Walker, 69. Najee Harris, pick 148. I was all in on Damian Martinez at pick 165 with my first big board. Rashad White, 172. And Tootin at 213. I took Puka at 4. T. Higgins, Devontae Adams, 45. Tet, 52. Pearsall, 93. Bateman, 124. Hunter, 141. The only thing I didn't really get value on was Mark Andrews at pick 76. Now, I don't have any correlation, but I have a ton of CLV. Except, I mean, Martinez, I guess I lost CLV on, but I don't care. That's where he needs to go, is somewhere in there, right? No, we'll go back to the big board, or the little board here. Losimo takes Saquon. I mixed Saquon in. I think I'm at 3%. Maybe I'm waiting on him to get a team. And like when he's a 5th round pick and my dreams are crushed, we won't get a jersey. I probably won't get a jersey. I don't actually buy that many jerseys. I don't go do anything to where I need to wear a jersey. I mostly just sit at home and draft, watch football stuff. So, only place I really go is work and to like family. You got bags of Martinez? Yeah, I do too. I actually, and as you see, I took Tootin in the first one. I ended at only 10% Tootin because pretty much refused to take him in the 11th round. I just wasn't going to do it. I don't think he, like, as much as I liked him, I didn't think he was worth that pick. I was watching David Maddox stream recently and got the impression I was the only person there not into jerseys. Well, I mean that makes sense. I would guess that that crowd is more into that stuff. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I like jerseys. I just don't have a reason to wear them. Same with you on 210. What about 210? Oh, yeah, Bayshaw. All right, we got Jamar Chase. think we're gonna. I do want to do something interesting on one of these little boards, just for fun. We'll take him, and we'll pull up Mike Evans too. Been pulling up Worthy and Rice there. To that, I mean, that's unique. I did it once really early in a PPR Tyler stream. Um, I can't, but it was when you could guarantee to get Rice at 50. I pulled only Worthy up and I got Rice there. And I actually didn't want to take Kelsey, but he was there at like 145. That was when we weren't sure if he's going to retire or not. So I don't have much Mahomes, but I do have a Worthy, Rice, Kelsey, Mahomes stack sitting around somewhere. I think the rest of the team was like complete garbage. I think I took Restrepo at like 135 or something in that draft. So like all of that hype, you know, simmers. That's all it takes. You're looking through a team, you start getting excited. You're like, oh man, that's awesome. Man, I got Hampton at pick 59. And then you look down, you're like, oh, I got Tootin at 200. And then you scroll down the receivers, and it says like Trey Harris, 119, Restrepo, 130. And you're instantly not interested anymore, right? Like, it's like, no, it was so good. What was I doing? Yeah, Kelsey was absolutely going so late, right? Like just so late. And I had no interest in it. I fully thought he was retiring. I really did. And even if like I've heard some people say that like and I get it, like Harold Fannin to Kansas City or Kansas City taking a tight end. I don't think anybody remembers that KC drafted Jared Wiley in the third round last year and he tore his ACL in camp. Like, he supposedly looked good in camp. Kelsey was talking about how smart he was, how easy he was to teach. Like because of that, I kind of like I would love to see Fannin with Andy Reid, but I kind of think Wiley is a really good sleeper pick for like a dynasty format if you're into dynasty stuff. JMO at 28, it's getting your guy season. Hey, he paired him with Jameer. Like at least there's correlation there. Boschmeg, that's all right. I mean, the 12 hole is drafting like his name, right? Yeah, did you see the 12 hole's name? Mixed skills. I love that. I love that name. Mixed skills. Mixed skills with McCaffrey and Mixon. He's trying to create his last name with players with Mixon. Almost, right? Like it's as close as you could get. Got the double L here. I know, I'm reaching. I'm reaching. It's fine. I'm entertaining myself mostly. You guys are welcomed along. So Huron River Rat lands the very wily Terry McLaurin, Jaden Daniels stack. Very elusive. McBride, Laporta, JMO, Jameer. Should I take Jared Goff? I think it's Jared Goff. What do you guys think? Do you think I should take Jared Goff? What do you think? How dare you? How dare you take Rome from me? How dare you? I invite you into my draft and that's how you treat me? We'll go James Cook and DK Metcalf. I thought we were friends, Losimo. It'd be great to take Jared Goff right there. I mean, uh, I seen the purple and I hoped. I seen the purple, I seen the J, and I got a little excited. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't. I will only ever take Burrow if I have Chase and Higgins at the fourth or fifth round. If I don't, I'm gonna pass them all the way around. For a single stack, I'll just stack my other players. I'd rather stack Baker or him. Like I was actually hoping to double stack the Bears there, but it's all good. I can I can maneuver. The six hole CD, HN, Wilson, Brees. Oh wow, yeah, that is and Waddle. That's some AFC. Yeah, dark side here. CD with all AFC East. Like that's a strong start. So what I was saying earlier, what I want to do, I want to take a CD team and pull up Tyreek Hill and then stack it with Dak, like just in case that's a thing that happens. And by the way, as you've seen in my rankings, I do have Travis Hunter up here for now. Like I think that for this contest, here is fine. I have I drafted 9 of these teams earlier today, and I got 9 shares of Travis Hunter. So so I thought I would not take him in a draft. so uh so you're welcome. Yeah, I do appreciate it, but must be nice to have the option of Burrow with Chase. Yeah, yeah. Honestly, I like. What's funny is you were wanting it. I didn't even. I wasn't even thinking about it. But I mean, it's a good pick. I said back in like December, as soon as the BBM ended and all that, like I was talking with a buddy, and I was telling him, the easiest thing to do next year is going to be take Jamar, and then take Higgins, and then in the next turn you just take Burrow. He's like, "You think they're all going to go that high?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty positive they'll all go that high." It just it's like the defense is so bad, and who knows? I mean, they're probably going to take one of their first 3 round picks on offense too. That's what the Bengals do. It's really fun for fantasy though. I mean, it's really fun for fantasy. We got so where does everybody think Travis Hunter ends once he's on the Browns and they come out and say he's going to mainly play wide receiver? I think he's going to end up where this Joe Mixon pick was. I think he's going to be at the 3-4 turn. And I think Hampton, when he's a Bronco, is going to be pick 27 to 32. That's my guess. Yeah, if you're new to the channel and you do enjoy, please smash the sub button. Yeah, I don't know. Like, what does Steve think? Steve probably knows. Like, he probably has a pretty educated guess on this. I'm just gonna go ahead and double stack the Steelers. And take Judkins. I gotta take Golf now. Oh, he did take Burrow. That's hilarious. I mean, honestly, Losimo, if Burrow would have went there, he should have absolutely smashed Joe Burrow. An earlier little board I did, I actually just took. I had Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and they passed Jalen Hurt, and I had I think it was Tyreek or something, and I just took Joe Burrow and Jalen Hurts and went done at quarterback. Like I got my double stack. I just took a naked Jalen Hurts. I assumed that that's going to be pretty low owned. Jalen Hurts naked, even at pick 50, is perfectly fine, right? Like I highly doubt a lot of the people who were taking Chase, Burrow, Higgins are also tacking on Jalen Hurts. Not saying it's a great strategy, but who knows what you need to advance the team you need to the playoffs, right? Welcome to Whose House Off the Schneid. Glad to have you. Yeah, yeah, and you should have. My first little board, that's where he went. I've taken him at 49. At at Luth Travis Hunter, I assume. For some reason, it didn't update. My chat lagged for a little bit. I was gonna say ahead of a Dunze. He's gonna end up somewhere in the fourth round, right? Is it gonna be the front of the fourth round? Is it gonna be the middle of the fourth round? Who knows? What's that in reference to? RM covers. I don't know what my delay is, by the way. I know. I think you guys can actually like right click the screen, go to like nerd stats for nerds or something, and then it'll tell you what the delay of the stream is. I have no idea what it's. I set it to as low as possible, but I'm not sure what it actually is. So through 7 rounds, James Cook, Quinshawn Judkins, Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, and George Pickens. I think everybody here knows what I want to come back. Simo's probably not going to let me have it. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Still waiting. Like, as I've said before, I don't like. Everybody does like at 100 subs and all that. At 108 subs, because I'm not going to be normal, I will give everybody the lore of my username. It's actually a two-part story. There's the reason that it exists, and then there's the reason that it stayed. Just a little teaser. And I mean, I'm biased, but I think it's a pretty damn good story. Jared Goff, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow. Look at that. Look at that. Like, no matter what happens here, I pretty much have to take a quarterback. So, question is, do I pull up Fields here? No, I don't. I think we pull up Cam Scatabo. That's what we're going to do. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I mean, it didn't. I appreciate it, but I would have just smashed Kyler. Like, if you took Caleb, I would have smashed Kyler. It'd have been fine. I mean, I would have just taken a rushing upside quarterback, either Kyler or Justin Fields. I, This is gonna be an Aaron Rodgers team, and I'm gonna hate it. Just so everybody knows, when I make that click, assuming that Bosch Meg doesn't make that click at some point, like in round 10. Who tames and the blowfish? So the it's just a prototype, and like I said the other day, shout out to Vaporware. He gave me some images and then I mixed them up. Do you guys like the logo? Do you guys not like the logo? I have some other ideas with it. Like, I'm just kind of messing around with things. I think it's fine, but I do think that it needs a little work. Like, the coloring's not perfect. So we got Fields goes the pick before the Garrett Wilson Breece Hall drafter. Feels bad. and then he talks shit about it. I love it. Just had to do it. Sorry, I just couldn't. And so to be honest with that, like at no point, if this was a tournament that was you play your pod and only your pod, it would make sense. But in this format where you have to beat 460, like you have to get through all of this, like yes, you have to advance out of this, but you still want to make the right call for your team. Now, Justin doing that with Fields is fine because he's rushing quarterback. Doing that with Jared Goff, like I was joking about earlier, that is not a good move. That's just a troll move, right? So, like, if you're not building the best possible team for you, I mean, I don't know how other people view it, but with 4 of 12, I kind of want to take more risk with the 467. Was it 467? Yeah, 467 seat final. And it's a 1 of 5 advance. It's 1 of 4, then 1 of 5, and then 1 of 8. So, like, you only have 1 of 8, but then there's a gigantic week at the end. You kind of want to just, like, advance through, but you need that spike week at the end. Agree, more whisk. Swing for upside late in season. Yeah, I I'll just own it. It's fine. uh Got Kyler Murray down here to Hulk, not stacked, but at 105, like I almost just naked took him here, but I wanted a third running back, considering my first is James Cook. Like I like James Cook, but him and Judkins, I like. I feel like after Scatabo and Mason, like to me, Mason and then like that's a tier, and then there's a small tier of Ramondre and Charbonnet. And I do think that the Jaguars absolutely add a running back in the first, probably, definitely first 4 rounds. I think Cohen is going to want to run like an offense that features a lot of running backs. That's what he like. That's what was successful for him already. So, all right. So many words on this screen. Um, Bateman, Brown. Yeah, pretty much everybody I want is gone. We'll take Brian Robinson and Jaden Higgins. All right, the team so far: Caleb Williams, James Cook, Quinshawn Judkins, Cam Scadabo, Brian Robinson Jr. Probably not going to have it. Like, he's not, he'll probably be a part time player, if anything. Jamar Chase, DJ Moore stacked, Mike Evans, DK Metcalf, George Pickens, Jaden Higgins. Do I go all in and just take Mason Rudolph? Do I go with Mason Rudolph over? Actually, I know what quarterback I want to take with this. I'll take one of the rookies and just hope they land in Pittsburgh, probably. Who took your sweet Herbert? Oh, okay. Oh, that's awesome. I love to see it. Troll on troll. He stared you straight in the eyes. He didn't even smile, and he just clicked. He goes, "This is what you get." Agree with those running back tiers. After Scotabo, Mason, and Charbs, you might as well take your favorite backup or rookie. That's kind of where I'm at. Like, I'll click Pacheco, I'll click Brian Robinson and ETN, but I have them behind the other ones. And Ramondre is never still there after Mason, right? I don't think Tet falls to the Cardinals, but this is my first Murray Tet team. Yeah, if Tet makes it to the I think if Tet makes it to the Cardinals, like, the Cardinals should not take him. The Cardinals need a wide receiver that complements Marvin Harrison, not does similar things that Marvin Harrison does, right? That's why I have them taking Jalen Noel in the second round. Uh, I think that they need a Knowles, a Royals, a Restrepo, uh, Luther Burden. Like, if they're going to take one of the first round, like Egbuka or Burden, like, that's who they should take, or Golden. Tet, like, to me, doesn't fit their offense as good. But, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they could just have the two outside guys and then just have Trey McBride run all the slot stuff, right? Like, basically split him out and make him the slot receiver. Like, he didn't get enough targets. I mean, I would love to see that. I have a lot of McBride, but I don't know how functional that would be. It would be fun to watch. It'd be interesting. It'd be a new style of offense. Murray can actually see him. Oh yeah, there is that. I wonder if the Cardinals, like, lower their ratings, like, for every inch over 6'4" an offensive lineman is, if they lower their rating by like 0.2 or by like one full point, just because, like, they know that it's an issue. They're like, hey, we love this guy, but he's 6'8". I don't think he'll work. Not saying that that happens, but it'd be hilarious if it did. All right, let's look. I still need a quarterback too. Think I know what I'm going to do here. I mean, I still need some running backs too. We're going to take Bryce Young, Adam Thielen. Get a little stack there. I brought Bryce Young up quite a bit, but I love this. Like, I can pretty much be done at wide receiver here. Jamar Chase, DJ Moore, Mike Evans, the Pittsburgh boys, Jaden Higgins, and Adam Thielen. Feels really solid. I don't have a tight end yet. That's fine. I'm probably going to add another quarterback. That's like, these are still fine. And my running back room is serviceable, but not great. So add a running back or two, add three tight ends, maybe a quarterback. I have what, six picks still. I think we're in good shape. Might not be the prettiest team, but it's a team. I I don't know. So like on the polls, I can't I don't know if there's a way to get like more than four options. And maybe there is if I use the thing on the actual website instead of the pop out chat, but the pop out chat like it feels weird, like it feels weird. Something doesn't feel right with it. And I use that way I window everything and I have like four screens up. So let's go over some of the teams. Losimo at the two hole, Saquon Barkley, T. Higgins, Tyreek Hill, Roma Dunze, Jalen Hurts, Debo, Jacoby. Debo picked 71. That's about where I will start clicking him. I don't like him up here, but if he falls down in this area, that's where I like him. Jacoby Myers, Jonu, Ramondre, Mark Andrews, Swift, Tua, Trey Benson. He's got the Tyreek Hill stack with Jonu. I like that. Naked Hurts is never bad. Got Isaac, Bijan, Bucky Irving, JSN, Chase Brown. Chase Brown 46 has to feel pretty good. Zay Flowers at 51. This is the area I kind of like him. I thought about taking Zay Flowers in this draft because he rarely gets to round 5. Jaden Reed, Egbuka, Bo Nix with something later. Evan Ingram, Jalen McMillan, Tucker Kraft, Michael Penix, DJ Giddens. Damian Martinez goes at 159. How dare you? How dare you? I actually need to calm down on him. I've been smashing him like every draft. I went from 134.7. I did 14 drafts earlier this morning. I think it was 12. And it was like 12. Yeah, I took the first 9, I took Hunter, and 7 of those I also took Martinez. I was going to take Demar or Neal there. I I need to start clicking Neal again. This is a good price for him, but I honestly just love Martinez so much that I'm going to keep clicking him instead. Not saying not saying do what I do. I'm just saying I'm going to do that. Not saying it's good advice, but it's what I'm doing. I mean, if Goddard makes it to me, I'll smash him. If he doesn't, I don't really care. It's not that big of a deal. I honestly probably just take. Do I do that instead? I mean, this is getting to the point that 168. Do I actually take a share of Javonte Williams? I have way more Javonte than I thought. I think this is a fine team to actually take Javonte. I have 2 rookies. Like, he might have a job. Yeah, I got 40% on DK. He's 20 picks cheaper. It's awesome. Feels awesome. All the rookie like I think I have 6% Luther Burden on underdog. 7%. I have 27% Luther Burden on DK. It's like 25, 26, or 27 I seen earlier. Luther Burden on DK goes at pick 108 or something. Golden and Egbuka go at like pick 90, and he goes 18 picks later. It's absolutely nuts. Neal is no longer cool. All the other rookie running backs have been priced up, and he has fallen. Yeah, and to be honest, like the only reason people were probably taking him is because Davis Maddox was talking about him all the time. Uh, he's a fine running back, but he and I was doing it like he was a guy that if he did good at the combine, he would have steamed up really high. So I was trying to stay at like 8% on him just in case that happened. Then I could not take any more of him. So, I mean, I did the thing. I didn't like doing the thing. Uh, Caleb Johnson, I just never believed in. And Disbanded was in the chat earlier. I think it was Off and On the Clock. They did their rookies, where they're going to go. And Nez said Caleb Johnson to the Chiefs, and it made me queasy. Like, I personally don't think it's a good scheme fit. Like, our offensive line isn't good enough to support him. If that happens, I'll be very sad. And I will have zero Caleb Johnson probably, because if Caleb Johnson ends up there, where does he go? Like 5th round? He gets moved up 3 rounds. Like, I don't like him where he's at now just because of a talent thing. Like, I'm not going to like him because of situation. Like, I'll take him probably 4% still. But if that happens, it'd be a bad night for me. I'm actually pretty bullish on Neal. He's just a good runner potential. Yeah, he's very solid, right? Like, I feel like everybody expected him to get like 2nd round capital the whole time, and not that it wouldn't be impossible for him to do, but I always felt like he was a 3rd or 4th round capital guy the whole time. Like, I think I have him going to the Jaguars at 107, and I didn't do a full mock. I just kind of picked and choose the players. Yeah, I just said ew in the chat. And then I said, I just threw up a little. So, I think I conveyed my opinion. All right. Surprised he didn't take Mike Gesicki there. We'll just double tap tight ends, get my first 2. Jackson would be a great spot. He could be starting very similar. Yeah, no, I agree. And I've been trying to stay at like 8%. I think I fell to 6%. I like him where he goes now. The problem is all the rookies go at the same spot. I still think Martinez is like 20 picks too low in ADP. I know that's saying too much. I think part of the reason I like Martinez so much is I believe a team that takes Martinez is going to know how to use Martinez. I don't think he's going to go to a team that he's not going to be able to beat out any of the backups in the league. Like he can do all of it. He's not great at pass catching, but he can do all of it. I'm probably just too high on him. It happens. When he's a 5th round pick, I'll just not take him at all in BBM. It'll be fine. I'm covered. Cooking dinner, can't chat, just listening to my RB2 get slandered. Is that are you, a lot of people love Caleb Johnson. Like, I could absolutely be wrong. A lot of people who know, like, Caleb Johnson is just polarizing all the way around, right? I feel like there simply aren't enough premier landing spots for all those rookie running backs to flourish. as soon as possible. Can't wait for post draft. Oh yeah, no, you are absolutely right. Like there's like 8 or 9 really, really good spots. But like a guy like Martinez or Judkins, there's more spots because I think you can add the Giants to that list, right? Like the Giants and the Bengals to a list with like Judkins and Martinez. Um, like if Martinez goes to the Bengals, he's what, like round 14, 13, 14 pick probably. And Chase Brown drops another round. Yeah, the Dolphins as well. Absolutely. Yep. Snide is absolutely right. I knew there was more, but there's several teams that need that style of back. Not that Martinez and Judkins can't also catch and do the other things, but that style of back has more good landing spots than a back like RJ Harvey. Like RJ Harvey may have more upside, and Caleb Johnson may have the most upside, but he's going to require a very good offensive line because he's got that Derrick Henry, like when he gets going, he's hard to bring down thing, but he has to get going. Oh, you meant on this team, you're actually not super high, but how this draft fell. Got it. Zach Moss picked 213. Well, he stacked Joe Burrow. So you cannot be mad at him longer anymore, Losimo. He is totally vindicated. You owe him an apology. How dare you not respect him? We'll take Jalen Milrow. Hopefully he goes to my epic Pittsburgh stack, all 3 pass catchers. And why not? Why not stack Jatavian Sanders too? Let's just do it. I've been saying for months I want my Bengals to draft Martinez. Might hurt my DMART bags, but that's who I want as a fan. I mean, he perfectly fits. Like he would perfectly fit in there. And you like I have you guys taking Judkins, but DMART, if you can get him in the third versus Judkins in the second, I think it's a better pick. So, and I assume that's what you mean, like third or fourth round pick for Martinez. It would be better because you could get more defensive help, right? One of these rookie complimentary backs is going to make the best of an RB one ahead of them. Yeah, absolutely. Every NFC North team except the Ravens get Martinez mocked to them. And I still think it ends up being Dallas. Like, I think Dallas ends up with them. Not that I think that's an awesome landing spot, but I don't think Javonte Williams is much competition. So I also don't think Hunter Luepke's much competition. Bengals cannot draft an RB in the second, even third. I'd take Ollie Gordon in the fourth, no problem. And Ollie would be an awesome fit. Like, Ollie wishes he was Damian Martinez, is how I look at it. Right. So, what do I need here? So, one thing I wish that Underdog had that DraftKings actually has, and it's a very small complaint, but on DK in this window here, where the usernames are, it tells you how many quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and tight ends each player has. So from this screen, you can just say, oh, this person needs that without actually having to scroll through the whole board. And I actually use that on DK if I'm doing more than one draft just to go see what my team needs. Like, it's usually quicker to click the draft board and look at that than to actually manage their website. Oh, they have it on mobile? Okay. So it's not on desktop, but it is on mobile? So do I add another running back? I think I go 3-7-7-3 here. And add somebody like Jordan James or something. Jordan James, he went, so LeQuint, maybe. Yeah, we'll add a LeQuint or who else? There's a couple wide receivers that are fine. Tez. Color bar on desktop. Is it a downloadable or I've never seen it. I don't know about that. This was an interesting draft, but you're relatively happy? Awesome. Hey, no problem. I appreciate everybody who shows up. I always have a good time. Click their team. Oh yeah. We'll take LeQuint Allen. Hopefully it doesn't kick me out. It kicked me out. So click their name. I'm getting learned today. Steve, I was excited to see what rookies you took late, and you absolutely took none. No, it's there on your screen below the name. Oh, this one. Okay. Does it actually have a number on it, or is it just like by how big the bar is? Click the row above the name. Sorry about caps. Below the name. I guess I'll play around with this. I wonder if it's not working because the draft is done. Yeah, I've mixed in some Restrepo. I've clicked them like 4 more times out of the 15 drafts I've done. I still like Restrepo. I just had 20% whenever he ran the 4.8. I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like if because he's super quick and he uses his quickness to get people off balance to get open. Now he's probably not going to be making yards after the catch with that speed, but he will end up being like a third and Renfro, worst case scenario, in my opinion. Considered a few, including Pat Bryant in the 20th. Yeah, I wanted to make sure to get Pat Bryant in the big board instead of the little board because that information come out on Pat Bryant. I assume he'll be a little more owned in this. Yeah, I'll have to fail at this some more. And hopefully I figure it out while I'm doing drafts later tonight. No number bar size. I guess I'm just not going to get this at this moment. Sometimes my mind doesn't work super well. Or you mean up here? Oh. Oh, you just mean there. Okay. Oh, what I meant is that like it shows up on the draft board. Yeah, yeah. It's just nice to have like a view from here to where it has all of them listed across the top. So you can kind of be like, oh, well, everybody's taking quarterbacks. Like clicking through all of them just takes, like, you might as well just look through the board. Yeah, yeah, it does. And I'm probably still lost. They're probably laughing at me, and I'd be laughing at me too. But it's all good. I'll be back tomorrow, 4 p.m. Do some more little boards. Appreciated everybody who come out. Take care. Have a great night.